It is Wednesday, January the 25th, as the NBA season rolls right along. We only hit one of our three bets on Monday, so we look to return to our winning ways here tonight. I'll be involved in three games once again. Let's get right to them, starting in Milwaukee, where the Philadelphia 76ers come to town to face the Bucks. Milwaukee, an 11-point favorite at Betsafe, 209 the total in this game. Now, what has gotten into the Sixers? They've won 4 of their last 5, 7 of their last 9. One of those wins came over these Milwaukee Bucks. That was last Monday. Sixers winning that one 113-104. They were led by Joel Embiid with 22 points. Embiid, of course, is their best player. Unfortunately for them, he will miss tonight's game, being rested for the second straight game with a sore knee. He also missed last night's game when the Sixers won a home win over the Clippers. That was 121-110. And I watched that game, and the Sixers played very well. They got 19 points from Nerlens Noel, certainly an unexpected contribution there. They shot the ball well from three-point range. But I'll tell you what, when Joel Embiid is not out there, this Sixers offense really has a smoke and mirrors look. They're not very good offensively anyway. Philadelphia, 27th in the NBA in points scored, averaging just 99.5 points per game. They're one of only 6 teams in the NBA to average fewer than 100 per game. And they're 29th, next to last in field goal percentage. They shoot just 43.4%. And when Embiid isn't out there, Embiid is really the center of what they do on both ends, but especially on offense. When he isn't out there, like I said, it gets awful dicey at times. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks, they are a good offensive team. They shoot 47.4% as a team. That is third best in the NBA behind only Golden State and San Antonio. And keep in mind, this Bucks team, prior to their loss to the Sixers last Monday, they really didn't have much trouble against this Philadelphia team for the past couple of years. They had won 9 straight games against the Sixers. We mentioned Sixers played last night, so they are second night of a back-to-back here without their best player on the road in Milwaukee. Just don't think this is a good spot for Philly. Bucks coming off a big 127-114 win over a good Houston team. Think they take care of business tonight, beat the Philadelphia 76ers, and cover the 11-point number. Moving on now to Dallas, where the Mavericks host the New York Knicks. Dallas, a 2.5-point favorite at Betsafe, 204.5 the total here. Now the Mavs, similar to the Sixers, they've come alive lately. They've won 4 of their last 6 games and 9-9 over their last 18. So it's a little deeper than just these last couple of weeks for the Dallas Mavericks. They have turned the corner here over the past month or so. And you never know, with the way the 8th seed is looking in the Western Conference right now, a team like Dallas could make a run for that final playoff spot out west. Still a long way to go before we talk about that, of course. First things first, they've got to take care of the Knicks tonight at home. Now, the narrative I think that a lot of people will grab here is you've got a Dallas team that's really turned the corner. They're playing well now. I mean, Dallas's last game, they beat the LA Lakers by 49 points. That's the biggest win in Mavericks franchise history and the biggest loss in Lakers franchise history. So they're really feeling good here coming home to face the Knicks. So as I said, I think a popular narrative is you have a Dallas team that's hot facing a New York team that, you know, really for the past month and a half, this Knicks season has seemed like a slowly unfolding disaster, and they have lost 3 of their past 5 games. But I tell you what, you look a little closer at the Knicks' last 5 games. They're coming off a win over the Indiana Pacers. That was on Monday. Prior to that, they lost by 2 to the Phoenix Suns. Prior to that, they lost by 3 to the Washington Wizards, who are playing very well right now. Prior to that, they beat the Boston Celtics by 11. Prior to that one, they lost to the Atlanta Hawks by just 1. So there in their last 5 games, the only non-playoff team they faced has been Phoenix. All of their losses have come by 3 points or fewer, and they've had wins over the Boston Celtics and Indiana Pacers. What I'm saying is the Knicks might not be playing quite as bad as you think at first glance, or as a lot of people are giving them credit for. They did beat the Mavericks handily the last time these teams met. That was a month ago, approximately a month ago, 93-77 final score of that game. Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps Porzingis both with 24 points. And that is a major concern here if you're the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas really small in the front court right now. Ever since Andrew Bogut's been out, they've been going with a 3-guard lineup. And the only guys they've been starting in the front court have been Dirk Nowitzki and Harrison Barnes. So they really lack size. Not a particularly good defensive team anyway. The Mavericks 28th in the NBA in opponents' field goal percentage. They allow the opposition to shoot 47%. I think they're really going to have trouble with Carmelo Anthony and Kristaps Porzingis here, just like they did the last time these teams met. And look, even though Dallas, an offensive outburst in their last game against the LA Lakers, they are still last in the NBA in points scored, averaging just 96.6 points per game. Yes, I know they've been playing better lately, but there's still a Dallas team that really struggles to score, very small in the front court right now. They're going to have trouble defending New York's excellent front court. I think the Knicks a good bet to go into Dallas tonight and pick up a win. I like New York in the small upset. I'll take them plus 2.5 points. Final game I'm involved in on this Wednesday, January the 25th. What about the Portland Trail Blazers, a 9.5 point home favorite against the LA Lakers? 220 the total in this game. Now, the Blazers have had no trouble with the Lakers here lately. They have won 10 straight games against LA. We mentioned the Lakers coming off that 49-point defeat at the hands of the Dallas Mavericks. And more bad news, they'll be without D'Angelo Russell tonight. He's dealing with a knee strain. He should miss the next couple of weeks. He is a major part of what the Lakers do. Now, the Blazers trying to turn things around. Remember last year they got off to a slow start, but ended up getting hot there mid-season, and I believe they were the 5 seed in the Western Conference playoffs or something. I mean, they were playing very well by the end of the season. Well, they got off to another slow start this year, trying to turn it around now, coming off a good win over the Boston Celtics. Their best 2 players, Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum, combining for 63 points in that game. And here they face a Lakers team that is just terrible defensively. I mean, you've heard me say it a lot this year. We've bet against the Lakers a lot with pretty good success. They just don't defend anybody. A young team just doesn't care about playing defense. 27th in the NBA in points allowed. They surrender 110.5 points per game. And 30th, dead last in opponent's field goal percentage. The Lakers allowing the opposition to shoot 48%. Just tough to win many games if you're allowing the opposition to shoot nearly 50%. They will not have an answer for Lillard and McCollum tonight, just as they never have an answer for Lillard and McCollum. As we mentioned, 10 straight wins for the Blazers over the Lakers. Most recently came just 2 weeks ago, 108-87. The Lakers are really bad on the road this season, just 5-19 away from home. The Blazers, meanwhile, despite being 8 games under 500 overall, they do have a winning record at home, 11-9 at home. So a lot of things pointing to the Blazers' direction here. I think they win this one tonight and win it big. I like Portland minus 9.5. There you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts for this Wednesday, January the 25th. I like the Milwaukee Bucks minus 11 points at home against the Philadelphia 76ers. I like the New York Knicks to go into Dallas and steal a win. New York plus 2.5, my recommendation there. And I like the Portland Trail Blazers minus 9.5 at home against the LA Lakers. Folks, I wish you best luck, whatever you decide to do tonight, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interest. Enjoy the games.